I want to call for the disbandment of NCIC. They have outlived their usefulness. Hizi cheche za matusi na maneno ambayo inaendelea, watu wanaambiana kabila hii, kabila hile, it will not be going on if we had a functional NCIC.
NCIC has once again been accused of being a toothless dog and sleeping on the job. The latest onslaught comes as the political class engages in escalating exchanges in public. NCIC now accuses the political class of beating drums of war.
The country is not headed to the right direction. What we are hearing politicians speak, what members of parliament, some of them are saying, what certain politicians are saying, those are drums of war.
Despite investigating several politicians and preparing to recommend charges against them, the NCIC admits that without political goodwill, meaningful action remains a pipe dream, dismissing those who are calling for its disbandment.
Politicians, especially those who are aligned with the government of the day, they do not face the prosecution that NCIC prefers that they face. So we are hoping that once we complete our investigations by the end of this week, we will see Mheshimiwa Wanyama arrested, we will see him taken to court, and we will see the DPP follow that matter to the very end. Unfortunately, that is not what has been happening in the past.
In recent days, political platforms have become hotbeds of hate speech, with politicians hurling inflammatory remarks even in the presence of the head of state. Such incidents cast doubt on the president's frequent calls for national unity, as his allies' divisive rhetoric undermines these efforts.
Mutu ya fitina, mutu ya ukabila, mutu ya share sijui mitego. Utashindana na nani kwa hii Kenya?
Iko watu wamekuwa abducted na hii kitu imeendelea. Lakini rais hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Hii ni propaganda ya kutaka kuharibu jina ya serikali.
Among the politicians under investigation is Farah Maalim of Dadaab, who gained notoriety for suggesting that Gen Z should be dealt with ruthlessly. His divisive and incendiary remarks saw him summoned by the NCIC. Despite the summons, Maalim made further controversial remarks while accompanying the president, with the head of state failing to call him out publicly. Maalim's only punishment has been his expulsion from his political party Wiper. Peter Kaluma of Homa Bay, John Waluke of Sirisia, and William Kamket of Tiati constituency also lead in spewing words of ethnic division. Kaluma has been active on his X platform, drawing ethnic lines with his posts. Kaluma also criticized former Information Cabinet Minister Margaret Ndungu for declining President William Ruto's nomination as Ghana Commissioner. His choice of words were also questionable.
We see indiscipline. We see people who are not walking the talk. Because if someone incites people to violence in your presence as a leader, you're supposed to condemn them on the spot. Because if that is not your stand, you should be able to do that. But if you don't do that, it sends a totally different message to the whole country.
Kamket, while defending Ruto, has also put on the table the tribal card, saying Ruto is facing opposition because of his tribe, and even proposed an extension of his term.
Na wakicheza, rais, unajua mimi natoka kaunti ya 24. Kaunti ya Baringo, sisi ndio tunajua mambo ya 24 years. Sisi ndio tunajua kwa manufacture rais akae 24.
The disruption of a meeting held by Pastor Dorcas Nyeri by former Mungiki leader Maina Njenga, painting a picture of a political environment that is likely getting out of control ahead of the 2027 elections. As the rhetoric intensifies, the nation's unity hangs by a thread. Politicians' incendiary remarks are tearing through the fabric that holds the country together. All this happening under the watch of the head of state, who has vowed not to allow ethnic divisions to take root.
Called out for saying Hatupangwingwi.
Brian Amwai, K24, Nairobi.